Mastering the maze. Reduced relative clauses, restrictions and exceptions. Hello, language enthusiasts. Today, we're delving deep into the realm of intermediate English grammar with a focus on reduced relative clauses. But we're not just scratching the surface. We're going to understand the restrictions and exceptions that come into play when we're reducing relative clauses. So, buckle up for this exciting linguistic journey. Before we dive into restrictions and exceptions, let's quickly recap what reduced relative clauses are. They are simply relative clauses that have been shortened, usually by omitting the relative pronoun and the verb be, or by changing a verb to its ing or ed form. For example, the sentence, "The man who is standing there is my uncle," can be reduced to, "The man standing there is my uncle." Now that we've refreshed our memories, let's talk about some restrictions in reducing relative clauses. 1. Non-defining clauses cannot be reduced. Non-defining relative clauses provide additional information about the noun. They are separated by commas in a sentence. For example, "My sister, who lives in New York, is visiting me today." Here, the clause, "who lives in New York," cannot be reduced because it is a non-defining clause. 2. Only use being after a preposition. If there's a preposition before the relative clause, use being to reduce it. For example, "The woman for whom the cake is being baked is my aunt," can be reduced to, "The woman for whom the cake is being baked is my aunt." 3. Only who, which, and that can be omitted. When reducing relative clauses, you can only omit who, which, and that. Other relative pronouns, like whose, where, and when, cannot be omitted. Just when you thought you had it all figured out, here come the exceptions. English grammar wouldn't be the same without a few curveballs, right? 1. Active versus passive voice. Active sentences with who can be reduced by using the ing form of the verb. For example, "People who smoke should quit" becomes "People smoking should quit." But if the relative clause is in the passive voice, use the past participle, ed form for regular verbs. For example, "Fruits that are grown organically are healthier" becomes "Fruits grown organically are healthier." 2. The use of having. When reducing a clause where the action happened before the main clause, use having plus past participle. For example, "He felt better after he had taken the medicine" becomes "He felt better after having taken the medicine." 3. The subject of the main clause and the relative clause are different. If the subjects of the two clauses are different, we cannot reduce the relative clause. For example, in the sentence, "I am watching the kids while they are playing in the park," the subjects, I, and they, are different, so we can't reduce this sentence. And there you have it, folks. An in-depth look at the restrictions and exceptions in reducing relative clauses. Remember, mastering these exceptions and restrictions will make your English more fluent and natural. So keep practicing. As always, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'm looking forward to our next linguistic adventure together. Happy learning!